A simple family once lived far from the city, in a small town. Life was modest, calm, and mostly without problems. But for work and better opportunities, they decided to move to the city. They believed life would improve there. During their first months in the city, everything went normally. Their daughter, an 8-year-old quiet, calm child, had just begun attending a nearby school. One day, while walking to school, the girl crossed the street on a green light. At that moment, a drunk driver suddenly appeared and struck her. She died instantly. The driver had been so intoxicated that he didn't even realize what he had done. The case was reviewed, but conclusions such as not intentional, influenced by alcohol, and loss of control were made, and the matter was closed. The consequences were minimal. For Nick, this was an irrational, unjust decision. From that day on, an empty space, anger, regret, and an unexplainable void formed inside him. Every night, he tried to see any trace of his daughter in his sleep. He began seeing things, visions he couldn't fully explain. The line between real and unreal slowly started to blur. In their district, there was an old rumor about something called the spirit of the land. Nick had never paid attention before. People claimed that if you left offerings or food, your wishes could be granted. It always sounded exaggerated and baseless. But after losing his daughter, that rumor stayed in Nick's mind, returning again and again. One night, Nick saw a terrifying, shapeless spirit for the first time. It had no expression and made no sound. It only stood there, watching. Nick couldn't explain the moment, but after that night, he began hearing a vague voice inside his head. It didn't feel like his own thoughts. That voice formed a single, clear sentence: "If you speak your wish, I will fulfill it." Nick had only one wish: to see his daughter's spirit again. That night, acting on nothing but fragmented rumors, Nick brought food and scattered it in front of the spirit. No one instructed him, it was something he did on instinct. After that, the voice grew clearer: "Gather the children. Give them shelter, then I will show you." Nick accepted this as a requirement, the only possible path to regain what he had lost. The next day, he began walking through the slum district, gathering homeless children. This was the beginning of the main events. Nick's life did not end the day he lost his daughter, but everything left behind felt empty. He tried to continue working, but his mind always returned to the same thought: I should have done something. The case had been evaluated. Authorities concluded it was caused by drunk driving, loss of control, and violation of traffic safety. In Mongolia, the law is strict. Drunk driving never goes unpunished. Courts can give fines, revoke licenses, and even assign prison sentences. But for Nick, fines, revoked licenses, or 1 or 2 years of jail meant nothing. His daughter's life felt like it had been valued at almost nothing. When the court's decision was read, it felt hollow, as if the case had simply been dismissed. What others called an accident or unfortunate incident, Nick saw as pure injustice. A month passed. Nick found no peace. The city became a source of pressure: traffic lights, cars, horns, drunk drivers, careless people. Everything reminded him of that day. Over time, his buried anger increased. One night, understanding that nothing could restore what he had lost, he walked toward the outskirts of the city. The local rumor: people whispered that a hidden force lived there, the spirit of the land. They said that people filled with grief or hatred could meet it, and if they reached an agreement, their wishes could come true. There was no proof, only rumors. But for Nick, it was enough. At the edge of the forest, where people left scraps of food and strange symbols were carved into stones, Nick wandered deeper, half believing, half deranged. The encounter. Nick barely slept that night. Neither crying nor anger helped. He wandered with an empty, suspended mind. Then he heard a soft, cold voice behind him. "Tell the children this. Bring me their fear, then I will give you what you need."